So today, we're taking a peek at the brand new MSR Hubba Hubba bikepacking tent. This is the one person. They also offer a two-person, but today we're gonna tear into it, see exactly how it comes, and we're gonna do the setup for the first time. So let's jump in. Okay folks, welcome to CampGeeks, and today we're taking a peek at the Hubba Hubba bikepacking version. I'm pretty sure this is probably the same exact tent as the Hubba Hubba one, but this is the bikepacking version, which comes with a handlebar mounted bag. So this bag actually works pretty good. There is a small elastic piece back here to grab it onto the stem. Otherwise, it's a nice quick release. Bang, bang, and we're off. And yeah, so there is the bag. You can see I actually have a mount here for a handlebar bag. This is designed to go directly onto the handlebars, like most handlebar bags are. And then there's that shock piece. They essentially just wrap it around the stem, and yeah, so you have a nice way to keep it from flopping around. So let's jump into the bag. Okay, so I've actually been meaning to do this setup video now for a couple weeks after I got the tent. However, weather has not been cooperating here in Iowa. It's finally decent out today. So you can see here, I just have that unstrapped. The handlebar straps are actually separate than the main straps here for the tent. Pop and pop, and right on the bottom right away, and it actually is attached so you don't lose it, is the pole bag. I'm assuming the stakes are in there too. And then as you can see, it is an actual nice dry bag to keep your tent dry. And then we have the tent, the rain fly. Let's see if undo that. Yep, it's just those two items. And then in the bottom, in the separate bag down below, is the poles. Get that out of the way. Wrapped around the hole. There we go. There we go. And there's that. And then in here, anything in here? Nope, just the tent. Okay, we're ready to go. There was one other item in the bottom of the bag. There is a stake bag. So, stake bag in the bottom. And the stakes that it comes with, I'm assuming, are just the standard light ones. Yep, just the very simple ones. The ones I actually like because they're so simple and sturdy. They don't bend very easily. Some guy line. Looks like a few different guy lines in here. Yep, looks like 4 of them in total. So 4 individual guy lines plus the stakes. Put the guy lines back for now. Let's get it to setting up. Okay, so hopefully I have another camera back here, my phone going, and I have the tent. I have the poles. Now I'm actually gonna do the poles first and get those all separated out. Nice shock corded poles. Nice and lightweight poles too. So we got the main pole. If you've never set up the Hubba Hubba before, it's essentially the same setup as any of the Hubba tents. The very first video I ever posted on this channel was the original Hubba Hubba, which I loved that tent. But yeah, so we just, I'm gonna do this in time-lapse form. Get out of the shot for a second. And that is the Hubba Hubba. Now the door is on the opposite side over here. I have this facing the other direction. Not a big deal when we do that. Before I do that, I just want to show this. So I just took out the stakes. You know, you don't have to stake this tent down when you're doing it. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't really do anything. In this case, you know what, I'm just gonna leave the stakes out for now, and I'm just gonna do the rain fly quick. Okay, so we know where the door is. Just gotta match that door with the rain fly. Two more stakes for the one for the vestibule here. And then the other side would actually need Oh, that's interesting. So one of these things I saw at the end was this up here. Something that I haven't really seen very often at all, ever. And you can see it's actually designed to be in here because it's got these gussets and such up here. But I think this is actually a clothesline for you to hang things out here to dry. So you can hang things up here and they're not gonna just fly off in a windstorm or anything like that. That's interesting. I haven't seen that in very many tents ever. So now that we have it set up, we can see exactly what this has to offer. First is that PEU, fully waterproof and taped seam rain fly. So this is going to be very dry on the inside is the best way to say it. It's very dry for that. It also has this nice guttered rain fly. So it actually, you do have this flap to go over the zipper, but you actually have a gutter system here. So any water that comes down the door is actually going to be guttered down to the corner. So that's one big thing on this. I think they call it their stay dry setup for their vestibule here. Now, this is a one-person tent, but for being a one-person tent, it looks like they even have Velcro here on the seam here. But for being a one-person tent, you still actually have a pretty decently sized vestibule. So on the outside, that's for the most part the standard features outside of what you would expect. You would expect to see the guide points around the tent to make sure that depending on where you're setting up. We have a little bit of a breeze here today, but let's get to the inside. So first of all is to open the door, which does have a 2-zipper system. Now even when you bring this door to a close, there is a spot here to keep the bugs out down in the crotch of the door, I guess. Size-wise, my feet are within 6 inches of the end. My head's still got a few more inches, so even if you're over 6 feet, not too bad. It's not huge by any means. Gear storage here, 2 gear storage up above. In addition to that, we actually have, wow, a whole bunch of laundry lines up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines to hang things, whether it's laundry or your headlamp or whatever. They're giving you plenty spots, and it's adjustable. Just like the top, it's that same string, right? The same guy string. So you can tighten or loosen it. That's kind of really neat, really ingenious to see in here. Aside from that, it's standard width for a one-person tent. It's nothing fancy, but like all Hubba Hubba, the sidewalls are vertical. So I can sit up comfortably. Gives me plenty of sit up. I could do stuff out in the vestibule here, be comfortable. For a single person tent, it's pretty awesome. So this tent in the one-person form runs $499. The 2-person version of the same tent, so same features, just obviously a little bit different dimensions for the floor area, $579. Now here's the thing to say, 30 inches wide, 85 inches long for this solo version, this 1-person. If you do upgrade to the 2-person, it goes a little bit shorter. It's actually 84 inches rather than 85, and you get 50 inches of width. So not quite twice as wide. Also, height-wise, 38 inches of height here. I think it jumps up to 42 inches of interior height on the 2-person, so a little bit taller, but that's to be expected. Now, if you're looking for something like this, this is a great tent to throw on your bike. It's got the nice bike storage bag already included with it. Whether you use the handlebar mount or not is up to you. I think it's perfect for it, right? And I don't put a whole lot of stuff on my handlebar anyway, so this is a great addition to throw on the handlebar. Outside of that though, everything you need for a single Bikepacker excursion, this has got. And it's really lightweight. And for weight, we're talking 2 pounds, 13 ounces for the entire tent. I think they call minimalistic weight 2 pounds, 1 ounces. So if you strip out all the stuff that you don't need. So not even a 3-pound tent. I think it's 18 square feet on the inside, 9 square foot vestibule. So you actually have a decently sized vestibule for a 1-person tent. This is exactly what you would need or for a bikepacking adventure, and packs up to the size that is justifiable to it. And so if you're just gonna each person kind of do their own thing, which most of the times when I go on bikepacking adventures, usually I'm tenting by myself, this is a great way to do it. So that is the Hubba Hubba 1-person bikepacking tent. Again, they make a 2-person version. I will put links in the description to both versions that you can check out. Like I said, retail on the one person's $4.99, $5.79 I think is what the two person is. So thanks for watching to the end of this video here on Camp Geeks. By all means, subscribe if you would for me, and hit the bell icon. Like and comment on this video if you can for me. And if you want to see any other videos that I've done, like I said, the very first video I did on this channel way back in like 2011 or something was on the original Hubba Hubba that I bought back in like 2000 and I think it was 2005, if I'm not mistaken. I loved that tent. Absolutely loved it. And then I did another video when the coating started to degrade because they were only built to last so long, the coatings on those, especially those earlier tents. And then I did a video of the warranty that MSR did to swap out the rainfly. The reason that I love MSR tents as much as I do is because not only do I love the designs, I love the features, I love the quality of the materials, and I love the support that I get from their customer support. So, without anything else, let me know what you think about this guy in the comments. By all means, watch other videos that I've done. I will put in the description here at the end, the Hubba series tents that I've done. And of course, those are older. They're not the brand new models, but at least it tells you where this is coming from because the design is essentially the same. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. We'll see you again next time here on Camp Geeks.